A couple people watching already. Good deal. I'm Todd Lebrani. That's Donovan Johns. We are in our bunker down below Donovan's parents' home in the basement. That's the only room that they'd give us to do a talk show.
We are dug in.
Speaking of your mother,
right?
It's Mother's Day, right? Tell her hi for me. Tell her to quit calling.
Hey, Mom.
But no, it's Mother's Day. Hopefully, you all out there have talked to your mother today. I did a beautiful text to my mom today. It was really spiritual. I thought it was really a connection that Mom and I had, for that texting. How about you? Did you talk to your mom?
I did. Took Mom and Grandma to breakfast this morning.
Good.
To Panera Bread. Took Manny. Had a great time.
Yeah, right on. Well, that's good. That's good. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Turn5.Live, what we are, is we're a way that we can communicate with folks. We have, of course, racers. We have fans, officials, we have sponsors and so forth out there in the racing community that we're getting a little bit closer together. Hopefully this is going to help out racing a little bit. Some of the things that we've been noticing over the last, 35 years that I've been doing motorsports.
About the same.
About the same, right. That's been changing a bit. I think the camaraderie is going away a little bit. I mean, even if we had in the past some rivalries and some things like that, there was still a camaraderie that was out there.
Right.
And it's kind of going away. And I think part of that probably is social media.
A little bit.
And part of that also is just, we're centralization is what our goal is here with the show, rather than separation. We want to bring people together. I'm going to give you a for instance,
Inclusiveness.
Inclusiveness. And by the way, happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there, Donovan.
Oh, hold on. I got buttons to push here.
Yeah, but he's pushing buttons. Donovan is also our engineer, which means that anything that goes wrong with the show is all his fault.
I accept full responsibility. Look at that.
I just write checks.
Now we're...
Yep.
Here you go, brother.
Here we go. Thank you. Here we go.
Mom.
Kicking off Turn5.Live. Hope you also have your frothy beverage in front of you and are partaking as well. And that is a good beer. That's Shinerbach. Shinerbach is the beer. We're going to have a beer of the week. This is Shinerbach, courtesy of Kyle. Kyle, our
Clayton, mini stock driver number 7.
Yeah, Kyle's actually our groupie. He's our roadie.
He's our
down here in the bunker.
roadie.
The bunker's not big enough for actually 3 people tonight, so we kicked Brent to the curb. But Brent will. Hopefully, Brent's listening. But
Brent Weaver will be with us next week. Hopefully.
Don't. Oh, you went Brent Weaver already. That's early in the show. Brent's not going to be here next week. But no, Brent Artie will be here with us next week. He had some issues that he's handling right now. He might even be here tonight. Who knows? Hopefully he'll be here tonight. So we always miss the golden tones of the voice of Meridian Speedway, Mr. Brent Artie.
Hold on. Let me do this real quick.
We have golden tones?
We have the golden tones.
We have gold. Well, that's kind of platinum. Maybe that's copper tones, but copper tone.
I'm trying to
Speaking
figure
of
out how to
sunshine.
Since this is Brent's job.
Don't play with that. Don't touch the equipment.
Hey.
I'm going to hit you. Anyway, back to story. I want to talk about why Turn5.Live came about. I was driving down the road one day. Believe it or not, I drive to Salt Lake to work once in a while, and I was listening to Howard Stern, and it dawned on me that Brent and I had done a radio show prior. And it dawned on me that guy doesn't have any filters.
Right.
And he gets paid for everything he gets because he's on satellite radio, right? Yeah. And I love Howard Stern, even though he's a weird dude. The guests, the interviews and so forth are fantastic. And I think that we could do a bit of that with motorsports. So I'm driving down the road and I start texting Donna. And I start texting Brent. And it's true, right?
No,
that's what happened.
You blew me up all day long.
Right on. And then, it had to be 2 months ago, month ago, I don't know, a while back. 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks ago.
Right. So we got to thinking about things that we could do a little different. Somebody's texting me and blowing my phone.
We got like
Leave
5
me
people
alone
watching this right now.
if I'm on the show. Okay. Yeah, 5?
5
people in the first 5? Oh, my God.
We've been live for like 5 minutes.
That's awesome. But it dawned on me that we could do more of this than just sitting up here drinking beer and do some stuff. Case in point, last week, Saturday night, I happened to be at the bull ring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yep.
I was down there for a whole different reason, but I took in the Lucas Oil Modified show, and the SRL was down there. Mm-hmm. And the case in point of, I guess, what I'm talking about the divisiveness that's come up with racing and the lack of camaraderie, and this was it personified. There was a father that had a Bandolero car.
Oh, look at this.
Well, we can't hear you. That's better.
No, here we go.
There was a father that had 2 Bandoleros. He had the Junior Bandolero and then the Super Bandolero, whatever it was that were racing there at the time. They may have had 6 cars total in each class, running on the big 3/8. So it was a little bit spooky for me anyway. But
they had
watch
Bandoleros on a 3/8. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't have any tubing. How are their feet going to survive? I don't get it. But 600 Racing evidently has got that figured out, so we'll let them figure it out. But this father was, I was up in a place where I just wanted to see the whole track. I was kind of hiding out. I was doing some stuff. It was windy, and I didn't want to be in the wind because I forgot a jacket. So I'm hiding out up there in the pillars of the bull ring. There's a father spotting for his kid in a bandolero. Spotting for his kid. He's got a radio out, and he's talking to his kid, telling his kid to block, go low, go high.
What?
And keep the kid behind him. And as it turns out, his kid kind of screwed up a little bit. He's probably 8, right? And the dad's berating the kid. And I almost lost my chili. I almost threw it all back at this guy. And I know of this guy, and I know he was kind of a D-bag to begin with, so I'm not real proud of him. But he had the shirt on, I'm the dad, all that kind of stuff. And it just kind of really got to me that he was spotting for his kid. And it just dawned on me, this is what this is all about. When you do a show like this, you think that, you think that maybe you can make some good. Other than last night, because Meridian Speedway, Adam Nelson's one hell of a promoter.
Oh, hell yeah.
Holy cow. I mean, they had 3,800 people in there last night. And they were all there to see the Royal Purple Modified Series and the Pro Trucks. No, that's not true. Even though Randy and I would love to think that, they were not there to see us. Hopefully someday they will be.
Jumping what?
Yeah, we didn't jump anything. But Mr. Dizzy was in town, and the boat races, of course, and the Demolition Derby is a big draw.
It's all about the boat races.
Yeah,
Meridian, dude. It
is. And I love them too. I was standing at the fence like a little kid watching Smash, watching J-Mo run over people with the truck, with the van. And
Art Heath, the animal.
Art Heath, yeah, he's still.
God
he's
bless
still.
his soul, brother.
We're working on getting him in the Hall of Fame someday. But watching that last night was incredible. So there is some good out there. Mm-hmm. But motorsports as a whole, short track racing in general, is kind of petering out a little.
It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, and those of you that don't know, I have a series that I own called the Royal Purple Modified Series. And my friend Randy Kerr, one of my mentors, one of the guys I'd love to be like someday when I grow up. Hopefully he's listening. He has the Pro Truck Tour. And we work a lot together to learn how to make our stuff better and bounce ideas off of each other and our friends that are in our group. And we've been struggling with car count. I mean, we were at 13 cars total, came through the back gate last night. Crashed a few. So we ended up with like 11 or 9 or something like that for the main event. Randy's had low car counts a few times. And that truck series, if you haven't watched those guys, they're incredible. I mean, the trucks put on the best races. They really do. And I'm a fan. And it kind of ticks me off sometimes when we run together because I can never watch because I'm always teching cars or doing something, getting ready to go. And there's Randy's guys are out there doing a great job. So we got to get more people into the sport. How do we get them in the sport? We invite them. We nurture them. We recruit them into the sport. Fair?
And grow them into the sport.
Yeah. But are you going to grow somebody in the sport when you're screaming at them through the spotter stand and you're the dad?
Well, no. You got to let like you don't yell at an artist to paint right. You got to learn the skill set, the craft of wheeling a car, the mindset of knowing what that is.
Sure, and it's out there. I mean, with the outlaw carts that are active in the valley.
Right.
Right now, that group's kind of fractured. And it used to be really tight and only in one place, and it was kind of nice, to be honest. But now it's all fractured. It's got different things going on, which are good and bad. I mean,
change is hard, but change is good.
Change can be really good. But how you accept the change determines your reaction. How you react to the change determines the change, how it affects you, right?
Right.
We talk about that and what I do for a living all the time, and the change is occurring in that. But we've also grown a great crop of race car drivers out of those outlaw carts.
Oh my God! Yeah, if you can wheel
Johnny
those
Giesler, Sierra Jackson, Brian Wharf. Gosh, I'm missing some. On and on, all the way through.
Travis Anderson when he was
incredible. I mean, we have one of the best go-kart racers in the world here. Right. Terry Lawrence is in this area, right? And Tim Lawrence. Both of those guys are great. But you can go back into this culture of growing these people up without controversy. But about 10 years ago, we started having some controversy in the outlaw carts. That group needed to get back together, and I hope they're listening, because that group getting back together would be tight, because that's the future, right?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
Am I talking all the time?
Basically.
Yeah, fuck
But
off.
that's okay.
Fuck right off.
You're old. Respect your elders, everybody.
They call me the elder.
He's got more gray than I do, so.
I got more gray than everybody. But so we don't want to be negative. There's a place online that you can always click on through our website where you can communicate back and forth to us. I haven't seen anything yet. Have you seen anything yet, D?
Well, on the website, it's not quite there yet, but on the YouTube itself, you can chat with us. You can message us through the YouTube app. I have that right here on Mr. Happy Google phone. So if you do want to do a shout out, if you want to correct us, definitely text, message.
Sure, because we'll have some trivia
chat.
questions and so forth later on in the show for product of unspeakable value. Like Super Clean.
From our good friends over at FVP.
Yeah.
Super Clean. And we have the Stay Tuned, which is everyone loved the old Seafoam back in the day.
I'm going to drink some fucking.
Oh, don't. Yeah. That'd be a good idea.
Ooh, if I get 100 viewers, I'll drink this. 100 people online, I'll drink this tonight. I'll drink. I swear to God, I'll drink it. I'll drink that. I'll be silly. I'll drink it silly.
Anyway, that's brand new from FVP. Our buddy Doug Woods, he races the 71 mini stock. Threw as much samples to give out. Yeah, big Doug. So we'll be giving some of that away later today during the broadcast. So a couple of things. We got some flyers and some coupons that'll teach you about it. So that'll be coming up.
Yeah, and the neat thing is even this is our first podcast. We've also got some sponsors that have come on board already, and it's kind of neat because this thing is going to grow and get huge. You're seeing us now as a bunch of idiots. Well, we're going to maintain the idiot status, but
hopefully.
But as we grow this thing, we're going to have more and more correct content for what this podcast really should be.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
it's our first show.
Yeah. And we'll have stuff and call-ins and things. We'll have some more fun. But our sponsors that have come on board, the first guy came on board. I know him. I love him. He's like family to me. Been in his wedding. Tony Flores with the Flores Group for all your needs with real estate. He's excellent. I haven't heard anything ever negative towards my pal Tony. If I did, I would have hit somebody in the teeth. But no, those guys are fantastic. Tony and Sarah Flores and his group over there, Kate Holland, the group, they work there. Kate's great. They work their tail off over there at the group. So they're sponsoring our show to make this thing affordable for us so we can continue to do it and have a forum to speak with you. Also,
modified driver.
Right now, just
Mark
came on.
Newman.
Mark Newman.
Woo!
AC. Mark, hopefully he's watching AC to Z. Mechanical. Mark is an AC repair guy. He has a lot of captive companies that he works for, but he's fantastic with that stuff. He runs out of Homedale or Marsing. But he's all over the Treasure Valley. In fact, he'll call me up and, hey, are you home? And he'll pull into my house in Meridian. I'm like, don't you live in Marsing? Because I'm working everywhere, dude. I'm all over the place. Mark had some bad luck last night, and we'll cover that here in a second with the Royal Purple Modified Series. But it's bad luck last night. The guy was running top 3, top 4 on the board in practice, and he lost a motor. So it's a bad deal.
I only wish I knew what it was like to lose a motor this year while leading.
Yeah. Dono was leading the first mini stock race, kicking their butt, and lost a motor. And Tucker, the world-famous Tucker Honda, is sitting outside the bunker right now, wishing it was on the racetrack. So soon. He's got fluid right now. He's got this
Ray's Auto Care. Let's get it done.
A mechanic fluid. Hang on a moment for Tucker.
Uh-oh. Rody.
Garçon. Shinerbach. And so, will you live? Will you make it? But did you die?
But did you die? And we need to entertain our audience here.
We do, because there's no beer. Let's talk about last night.
Well, hold on. Before we get there, did we cover fully why we're doing what we're doing?
Nope.
We did not. I know when we had that conversation, because we started there, and creating that camaraderie that we were talking about, a big thing. I know at Meridian Speedway, when I have friends who come from out of town to join us, they're always amazed at what happens in our pits and how we interact with one another. Something is not working.
Something's not working.
If
you can hear us and this is working, somebody send me a message.
Yeah. Let us know, because Ian, we're all noobs at this.
Yeah.
I am sending a test. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, I make sound effects, but hey,
Dono, it's not working.
Why is it not working?
I don't know. What's your screen say?
My screen says live. Okay, hold on. One quick moment. Todd, entertain the group.
Whee! I'm entertaining the group. Do you want me to belly dance? What do you want me to do?
I don't know, Pete. Keep your clothes on. I am technically.
I get a text. I'm working on my end, working great. Evidently, people in Salt Lake don't know how to view a podcast. So, Jeremy, it's on your end. So, thank you, Kirk. I appreciate that very much. Whom else? Oh, we got... Okay, good luck. 5 minutes late. Can hear and see everything. Kirk Wortman knows how to work a podcast. Working wonderful from Salt Lake. Thank you. Kyle Latham. I can watch your chat, but I can't send messages. Kyle, just text him to my phone.
Hey, Randy.
Randy? Which
You're
Randy?
good.
Randy Kerr. Holy cow. Speaking of heroes of mine. Hopefully you heard me buttering him up. I probably need something from him.
That's probably like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, I don't know. Hope Randy got all his stuff through. Anyway, back to last night.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about what we were talking about.
Oh, so
because you were talking about it.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm always talking about is that fan connection. Beer, obviously.
Next,
duh. And minivans, real men drive minivans. Everyone.
Oh, thank you, Kyle. There's Kyle, ladies and gentlemen. Shinerbach. Nice.
I know a big thing I always look for is how do we connect the love and respect that we have for each other in the pits. As this here, the mini stalkers, we do it all the time. I know with the ISRL guys are a tight group. A lot of other truck group. When those guys are together, they're together. And when we put on a show, when we put our helmets on, we get on that track. We are intense competitors, and Brent does a phenomenal job in helping the fans connect to that. Yeah. And when Adab opens the pit gates and everyone comes down, man, having that connection is so phenomenal.
There's nothing like Meridian Speedway after a race.
That melding of all of those people. Yeah. So I love seeing this as an extension of that, and that we can really get into when we start getting our guests coming on here with the phones, with the chat, being able to connect all of our personalities, because we are some strong personality people. Yeah.
And we share all of our emotions when we're out there after the races. I mean, hopefully the punches are not being nobody's doing that. Thank God we haven't had a fight in the pits since 2 years ago.
But little ones here and there. Anyway, so that's something I know that as we do this, I'm excited to see some of the fans are watching count go up. Yay, people watching.
Yay.
Which in turn takes us to all the activities that happened in the pits last night.
Last night that happened in the pits? Holy cow. Or are you talking about on the racetrack?
Racetrack.
Oh, I tell you what.
Newman spinning around. Oh, yeah. The motor.
Practice started out. We had... not enough cars. Randy's group or my group, we all hoped for 24 car fields, but we had a great group of trucks and cars that we had. Mm-hmm. And the junior Stingers, I believe, were there as well, and the Bombers. And, of course,
tuners. The high school kids.
High school Bomber tuners. Whatever. The Hornets that are a different driver this week. Yep. Whatever. We'll work on that. We're going to get those kids back out. That's important to us, right? Practice started, at least I didn't get to see Randy's practice. Maybe you can chime in. But on our practice, Mark Newman has been struggling a bit with his car. Mm-hmm. And he got the thing dialed up and was in the top 4 or 5 every practice.
Right.
Al Jones, Redbone Trucking, great guy. They just changed the motor out Thursday night on the way here. I mean, just coming on the way here, they heard something rattle in the motor. These guys changed it out, and they went to the top of the board 2 laps before the wreck happened. Mark was third on the board. Al was first on the board. Mark lost a motor going into one, and they both piled into one another. Pretty bad deal. Al's car was salvageable. Mark's had evacuation of the engine block, so that doesn't help. You can't really repeat that with JB Weld.
New air conditioning.
Yeah, he had more air conditioning in his block. Yeah, that's good for AC to Z mechanical. But throughout the night, we lost Nick Gibson as well to a motor issue. It just didn't sound right after that. Lee Hackney had an issue as well and hurt his car, so we were down a bit. During the racing, the heats and everything went great. Winners were Jonathan Gomez and I believe Eric Reed. I can't remember. All I worry about is if they survived and everybody was happy at the end. But our main event rolled off last night, and we had struggles getting it going. Some spins and some stuff. One of our great competitors, Mr. Jeff Longland, lost the right front clip on his car pretty hard in the back chute wall after a spin. A couple cars in front got together, and he lost his car. And hopefully he'll be back for our next race, which is this coming weekend in Salt Lake. Yeah. Jonathan Gomez shows all the talent that we expected coming into our series. Yeah, he bought Ricky Foble's championship car. Hint for trivia later. He bought Ricky Foble's championship car.
Is that the 2013 championship car?
It'll be the third year, yeah.
2017.
Yeah, you're interrupting me again. God damn it, don't interrupt. This is my goddamn mic.
Gomez.
So Gomez got the car and took off, and he started up front. We had some issues in the back. Chris Fenton got a flat tire and came back through. The battle, one of the spins that happened was Eric Reed, who was our point leader, coming into the event, and they got in skirmishes and some things in the back, and Jonathan checked out. I think he led 72 or 75 laps or something. He checked out and was gone.
That's nuts.
The kid, he's just smooth, and good for him.
Also to show you what Fobel had in that car.
That
car was good.
Yeah, and you got to give a shout out also to Thompson Motorsports and Will Harris and the group down at Grip Suspension, because those guys did a great job getting that car ready for Jonathan and his family. I'd never met him until yesterday.
Really?
Or Friday, excuse me. And that was weird because they've been around for so long, but we just never crossed paths. And great job by that group. Jason Qualley went out there in his truck. And if you know Bruce Qualley and the Qualley family, there just aren't nicer people. There aren't. Yeah. And Randy's blessed to have him in their series. And he's been a huge supporter of racing in Magic Valley and Meridian as well, and the truck series, the Pro Truck Series as well. And Jason Qualley went out there and put a schooling on him, and in the truck series. The great race, the Newhouse boy. Bo was behind him. John Newhouse is back there. Those guys are excellent as well. Great folks. And Jason won the main, and it was a big deal. I know my good buddy Rob Powers is Bruce's cousin, and Bruce Qualley, Jason's father's cousin, and that crew was ecstatic. So it was a great night for them as well. We also had the high school tuners.
Yeah.
Who won that?
That was, I cannot pronounce his last name. It's Strekwerda, I believe. James Strekwerda did a great job. The field itself has gotten a little smaller this year. They've lost of course, Kendra and Taylor. Kendra graduated out. Taylor moved up into his grandpa's street stock. Of course, the Woogs are gone. They moved up. A couple other guys. Woogs. So the field has dwindled down, but then they do have the 00 now of Haley. She's stepping up. She's going to take off. She's going to do good in that car. Yeah. A couple of the high schooler kids, they're looking strong. Needs more car count out there. Back when the tuners were running 15 cars.
Get them out there, guys. Bring a tuner out.
Talk to your parents, your shop teachers if they still do shop. I know a couple of schools do. Build a class car. Get that thing coming out, man. They're easy to build. Talk to us. Wyra's Speedway, the Hornet Pages. Any of us local guys will help out, give some input. Man, that's a great way to learn car building, car count, design, setup, welding, fabrication.
Yes, and I imagine most of our viewers tonight are veteran people. Friends of ours and people that are in our series and so forth. But guys, give back. You know, we got to get back to our guys that are coming up and go over and help those folks.
Right.
I mean, we talked about it earlier. I mean, last night, look at the unsung heroes at the racetrack.
Oh my gosh, yeah, many just people who do work that makes
these shows work. I got to give a shout out. I don't know what camera's on or anything like that, but I got to give a shout out. There's a couple people last night that I watched. I was there Friday. We had a barbecue and a practice. So
yeah, I didn't make it.
No, you don't come.
I didn't hear about it until Friday afternoon.
No, you weren't invited. But Friday night and all day Saturday, I watched a couple people just flat work their butts off at Meridian Speedway. And Adam's got a great group over there. J-Mo Stevenson worked his butt off to get the boat race together, and also on the new official stand out there. The kid drove the YMC mechanical van in the boat races and put on a thrill show. It was great. Another guy that really kicked butt and worked his tail off was Troy Evans. He ran the Great All and did all the stuff. We had a quick turn that had to happen in between the end of the modified race and the start of the Demolition Derby, and then the Mr. Dizzy show and the boat race at the end. And Troy kicked butt. I mean, those guys had to go lay all that out and get it done. Adam's got a great crew over there. Adam's great, but he's got a great crew behind him too. And it's unsung heroes. I mean, that's something that maybe we can put in the podcast.
Right. I always shout out to our dirt crew.
Those guys they're incredible.
I have yet to see a video from any track where a wreck happens where they respond nearly as good as a dirt crew.
They're best. It's not just the dirt crew. I mean, you look at our EMTs and our guys. Jason and Darren and the group down there are fantastic. All our guys are. And Meridian Speedway is a very safe place to go race your race car. And that's what we need to instill in these kids that are coming up too, is that not every racetrack's like this. No. And we're blessed to have that little thing under the water tower.
Oh God, yeah.
Speaking on that, Spokane Raceway Park, Rick Nelson and the guys up there, they tried their best up there, but that's been shut down for the rest of the year. Kind of sad. But on a good note, let's end it on that topic. On a good note, I received through Facebook a notification that Yakima is back live.
What?
Yeah, we heard that. I think it was Adam might know better when we interview him here in a bit, but I believe it was Thursday or Wednesday that they put a deal together to bring Yakima back. I mean, Yaka Nation, Yakadega. You got to practice going like this so you go down the front chute. I mean, it's. I raced there one time and I was scared to death because I'd only run at Meridian at the time. I hadn't ran at Chaparral yet, and I went down the front chute of that place and it just scared me to my core. But then I loved it. You know, after 2 laps, I was like, I can't be scared no more. I already made 1 lap. But that's neat that the Pollocks have entered an agreement down there to lease Yakima. It looks like the group behind that's got some bucks and some help.
Nice.
And we heard it was going to be a strip mall. So, well, yeah. On that topic, too, Hermiston Speedway.
Yep.
The Walden family, the Walden family that previously was really involved with Tri-City Speedway,
right,
which is closed now for a number of years, has taken over Hermiston Speedway. And of course, the Royal Purple Modified Series were contracted to race there on July 7th this year. They've spent some bucks. They've gone in there and redone that because that area, that Inland Empire kind of area, really needs something like that, especially if Yakima wasn't going to be there. Right. Now with Spokane gone, you still have State Line up north and the group there, but Hermiston's very important. To the Royal Purple Modified Series, especially with Salt Lake losing Rocky Mountain Raceways. And Salt Lake losing Rocky Mountain Raceways, to me, is unimaginable. I since I was a little kid, I was going to Bonneville, right? Dad raced at the fairgrounds in Salt Lake. Bonneville was a place we went to. I remember when the lake came up and ruined the asphalt. I remember all that stuff, right? And the drag strip was right next to it.
And Moses had the boat still,
I'm
right?
going to poke you right in the eyeball with my finger. But I hate him. I hate him. But going down there and not having a circle track in the land of the Silver Cup, right? In the land of Bonneville Raceways, is blowing me away. Right. And I know that my friends that are listening tonight down there, it's blowing them away too. Spencer Young and the group down there, they did what they could to get another track together, just in pencil. And I'm certain that something will happen between the drag strip and the asphalt track eventually down there. But well, I tell you what, are we about ready for that break?
If we want to take a real quick break.
Real quick break. We're going to come back. Hopefully we'll have a guest on the phone.
Yeah.
Somebody you all know.
Maybe.
See if we can't call him up. But we're going to take a 2-minute break, so those of you paying attention, just watch for a couple seconds here, and we're going to try to get everything going for you here.
Maybe just a touch longer, because it's going to take me that long just to figure out how to convert over to... Oh, man,
and he's probably got to go to the bathroom or something. So.
Right, hold on. I can do this. We did get some of the music you guys will hear today and throughout the podcasts are from our buddies at Devils County. They're
the house band.
Our Turn5
Devils
house band.
County.
I'm going to convert this over. I'm going to put on 5 days. That's one of my better.
Yeah, well, all right.
Hold on. I'm getting there. Oh, wrong button. Jack. not that one.
You can't cuss on the podcast, goddammit.
Damn it, Janet. We're getting there. I'm working my buttons. Too many buttons. Too many things. Where is it? YouTube. So anyway, check out Devils County YouTube.
Devils County from Emmett.
Yeah, they are a good old country rock.
Yeah, they have something about Idaho State Police shooting them and killing them or something.
I'm not going to put Idaho State Police in my rear view. That is not appropriate for this fucking show. Daryl, D-Dog. What camera am I on? Hold on.
I don't know.
That's you're supposed to know. I was told I had a special message from D-Dog.
You're not supposed to swear.
I am not supposed to fucking swear on this show. So, D-Dog, love you, brother. All right, we're going to be right back. We're going to throw some tunes out real quick. Take a pee break because that is some liquid hydration that's going to roll through. And we will talk to you guys here in about 2 minutes, maybe 3, maybe whatever.
Okay, how do I put him on? Stuck with me and Dangerous D.
Dangerous now.
Well, I was, going to use some other words, but
All right.
Peterson told us we couldn't,
Dang it.
swear. So we can't swear.
Oh.
Stuck with me and Dangerous D. Yep.
Oh,
You got to turn something down there, bud.
I got things going everywhere. Hold
Some
on.
other words, but
Oh, wait. Where am I coming live from? It's you!
I'm coming
Turn your
live.
shit off.
Hang on. Is that better?
Better.
All right, we're not live anymore.
Now we're live on live.
Since we got a few minutes, let's talk about what happened last night.
Right. Back to Royal Purples.
Purple guy.
Royal Purples.
Hey, guess what? There's another guy. There's not just these two idiots up here. There's another idiot, and his name's Brent Artie. Or you called him something different that's going to rot in hell because of. But there's another guy who's a great guy, good friend, and he'll be here sitting in this chair next week, and you'll have to listen to me a lot less.
Well, yeah, one of the
Well,
two.
he won't be. Well, he'll be talking more than me,
Right.
and I talk more than anybody. But Mr. Brent Artie will be one of our guys. He is a great guy at the racetrack. I've seen this guy evolve from 15 years ago. He was scared to speak, right, to anybody. And now he's the Golden Tones of Meridian Speedway. I couldn't imagine going to the racetrack without Brent there.
Right.
So it's kind of neat. Last night he did the Winner's Circle interview with Jonathan Gomez for the Royal Purple Modified Series, and we have that here, and you guys can watch that with us. I want to give a special shout-out also last night. Shelby Strobel ran second, and a fantastic third place from a very improved driver, Miss Aubrey Wortman. Great battle. She got sent to the back from a tangle. It wasn't really her fault, I don't think. It was just kind of the thing that happened on the racetrack. She had to go to the back. She battled her way back up there. Consistent. The late race incident, she would have finished fourth, but she was there and capitalized on third, and that car's quicker every week. She was on top of the board a lot yesterday as well in practice. So every race she's better. You can just see her confidence growing in the car.
Oh gosh, yeah. The more she gets in that car, the more laps she turns. You can see that that has moments of brilliance, and her overall driving has just stepped up from last year to this year.
Yeah.
Rookie into the sophomore year. Hopefully, we don't see a sophomore slump out of her. But she is.
Well, this
so
is her
much better.
sophomore year.
This year.
Yeah, we're not seeing a sophomore slump. We're
it's
seeing games.
fantastic. Yeah.
Right on.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Pretty soon we're going to have to. Before too long, I think we're going to have to change her last name. Did you know that?
You know, I heard a rumor.
So I know her dad's on the podcast tonight, and he keeps telling me, "Oh, I got a wedding to pay for," and all that.
You better win.
You do. I had two of them, but only paid for one. So, absolutely, you're ready to roll that interview?
I am, but I just realized we're probably not going to have a really good sound, so I'm going to do my best to get some audio out of this.
You want me to turn it up here? Well, I can't.
No, because it's over there.
I could hold it on my phone.
But then we need the video over there.
Well, whatever you do, do it.
We're going to do our best. I apologize if this sounds like shit.
Shoot. Darren, D-Dog is listening to you.
D-Dog!
Okay.
All right, and we're going to try this. If you can't hear it, we apologize. It will be on our Facebook page. We'll get that set up. But let's see what we can do here. And I'm going to press this button. Real quick. Boop,
Yeah,
and we're back.
Yeah, got a chance to meet the family. They're fantastic, you know. That's one of the best things, you know. Gentry, when he'd win, we'd always have Kinley, his daughter, in Victory Lane with us. And the pictures that I have of him is with his family is pretty cool, you know. And we miss Gentry. Gentry's building a house. He'll be back out. He's selling his car this year. But the whole goal is to build a brand new race car and come run, because Kinley likes to come to the racetrack.
Right.
So Gentry will be back out. And we, of course, had Shelby show up last night. It was a little bit different. After the heat races,
Better late than never.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. He gave me a phone call last night about right after the heat races, and he said, "Hey, I'm sitting up here in the stands. You want me to go get Caitlin's car?" And I said, "How come you're not already here?" And Tony Flores from the Flores Group, one of our sponsors here at the show, drove over and got the car. And they brought it back out, put it out there, and they ran second in the main event from scratch. So
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Strobel's a real talent race car driver. He's done it a long time in these cars.
Can wheel.
Yeah, well, he's old. He's older than you, but
is he?
Yeah, he's like 70. He's like old.
I have more gray, so hey.
He's got the nickname Cupcake for a reason. I'm not sure why, but fantastic guy. Shelby's a good person, and he's been running really hard with the Lucas Oil Modified Series down south for Mike Garcia and Garcia Racing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And last weekend, because this is a recap show, I'll tell you what happened down at the Lucas Oil Modified event down there. He had a bad night. There was just a car that was deciding it was going to wreck everybody going through the field, and Shelby got caught up in that. And unfortunately, that does happen. And tore up the car pretty good, right side and left side. His teammate, Chris Cook, who also runs with the Royal Purple Modified Series on occasion, had a bad night as well. They hand grenaded the motor down the front chute, and then he got tagged by a couple of cars in the oil. So
that sucks.
Yeah. So the Lucas Oil Modified Series, which is really kind of a sister series to what we have. The only real difference is, of course, the tire that they run. I had a great show other than that. They tore up a bunch of stuff, but a lot of nice people. I really enjoyed going down there to them. It looks like we need to take our break because we're getting our phone call.
Hold on, ladies
so
and gentlemen.
let's take our break.
Be right back. I'll just do this real quick, and I'll put another song on from Devils County. Oddly enough, we have not yet even keyed this thing in. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to... let me put you back on radio here for just a second, guys, and we'll figure this sticky out. All right. Let's see. Are we live here?
Sure sounds like it. Adam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Todd. What are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, the promoter of Meridian Speedway, we've already given him enough accolades tonight, but we're going to give him some more. Mr. Adam Nelson joins us live on Turn5.Live. Thanks for coming on, Adam. How's Mother's Day going?
Oh, it's good. We're just having a little bit of a seafood buffet and Jakers right now.
Seafood buffet for Miss Denise. That's good. That's awesome.
Well, we're taking care of Colton and Josie and Lacey's mom now. We've already done all the other moms.
Kelly
you're
Joe
making the
getting
rounds.
treated.
Oh, you'll have to work on that. I got that figured out.
There's a lot of mothers around this place.
Hey, we earlier were talking about last night's event and how well it was received, and the crowd was packed, and you got a lot of accolades from all the group here. I sure appreciate everything that you've done for the racing out there. Let's talk a little bit about how the season's gone so far and what we got coming up. Looks like we're is this our fifth event? Was just last night, fifth or sixth?
Yeah, I think that was the fifth weekend at Meridian.
Right.
Yeah, and they've all short track racing. You're either blessed by weather or you're not.
Right.
so we've been really fortunate. Had some really good events here early, and we kind of snuck that one by last night.
Yeah.
So that was really fortunate for all of us, right?
Yeah, they had some trouble down at Magic Valley getting the monster trucks in Saturday night, but we got it in.
I talked to Ed briefly. He said the torrential downpour on Saturday didn't help in the slightest, so they were running monster trucks today of all days to have to do it.
Right. Well, that's bad. I wish they'd had perfect weather for their show down there. They sure need it down that area with the track and so forth. But I know that looking forward here, the month of May is always special in motorsports, regardless if it's Meridian, Idaho, or if it's in Indianapolis, Indiana, or Charlotte, North Carolina, or for that matter, Monaco. Because it's a big weekend for those 3 giant series that are out there. Looking forward here, we got some interesting stuff coming up. We've got, of course, the Memorial Day races, which are near and dear to all of our hearts, coming up here on the weekend, 2 weeks from now.
Right.
2 weeks from this weekend. And right after that, we go right into Diamond Cup 2 weeks after. So it's going to be a heck of a show.
Todd, I think we're headed. Like this weekend is a pretty big deal with our military appreciation night.
Oh yeah, Pro 4 doubleheader.
Shame on me for forgetting that.
I don't know. I think the Team Mazda mini stocks are coming back.
Team Mazda mini stocks. Holy cow!
Everybody's coming back, Brent.
That's Donovan.
That's Donovan. Brent had some family issues he had to go take care of. So.
Who's on there?
Donovan Johns and Todd Lebroni.
Oh, gotcha. It's a big 2.
Yeah.
Hey, is that a fat joke?
We're testing the floor.
We're rolling into military appreciation night, which is always a big night because all military families get in free, and there's usually a large turnout. It's also the reunion date for the Afghan war vets, and we're doing like a big recruit sign in. They're going to sign in. I can't remember how many, but on the front chute, they're going to do some swear-ins.
Oh, that's awesome!
Folks enlisting in service, and anyways, it's really just a big night for us. It's fun, and then we cruise into Memorial Weekend, which is Saturday night with the super modified reunion and the sprint cars and all kinds of stuff, and all the classes involved in those. And then Monday is Memorial Day. We get the Big 5 50 lapper. That one's coming up, and then June 2, which we close out May. June 2, we go to EMS Police and Fire Night. And then the 6th or the 8th and the 9th, Todd, we're Diamond Cup. So we're going to be 5 more shows deep before we see you guys again.
Well, I know it. I'm just dripping with anticipation over here waiting for Diamond Cup. It's been an honor to be on the Independence Day Cup and then the Diamond Cup, of course, with the Royal Purple Mod. So, it's just an honor to be there to those special events. My guys love coming to Meridian Speedway for the 2-day events, of course, with the fireworks. When we've had the Independence Day Cup, some of the pictures I have in the winter circle with the fireworks going off in the background are stuff I cherish.
Yeah,
that was my life
fan,
up here.
That's nice where you take the whole family out, you sit out, you get the beer, you hang out, you watch those lights come up in the middle of the night. Oh my God, it's amazing to be a part of and to watch. And Adam, again, it's just a phenomenal show you put on there.
Yeah, fantastic. Last night was great. It seemed everything seemed to work.
The fun part about a great show, Todd, is when people are there to watch us do anything, whether it's race modifieds or race go-karts. If people are there to see us do what we love, short track wise, it's always a great night. Of course, for the Speedway, it was a great night because everybody who came to watch 4 or 5 different things all converged into one big show, and it was really great. But ultimately, that's all any of us want when we're racing cars or watching cars. We want people to like what we like, and fortunately, that's what we had. Saturday last night was close to 4,000 people there to see us do what we love to do. Can't do that with snowmobiling. Nobody watches you do that, right?
Well,
only if you go viral on YouTube.
I would probably go watch snowmobile racing. I'm a junkie, though. Hey, Adam, a couple of things. Going back, the schedule's looking great, and I'm so excited for the future, in the next month or, 4 months, really, of what we got coming up. But I wanted to talk about something, interesting with you. We've had this discussion very briefly once before about Race Monitor. There are some apps out there, of course, that monitor lap scoring and so forth. Other promoters have come to me and said, hey, I hate that stuff because people will stay home. I know that Adam embraces Race Monitor. He thinks it's wonderful. It's a way to take care and look and chart your times. I've had some of the guys that are in our series come to me and say, hey, can you tell them to turn on Race Monitor? Because we actually set our car up. We watch our laps with Race Monitor. We know what we need to change and how we're doing. So, Adam, the Race Monitor stuff, what's your opinion on that?
Well, we use it as a tool. So, of course, when it comes to the revenue side, it'd be nice that $4.99 a year that everybody pays to use it. It'd be really nice if they paid our company to use it.
Sure.
But, realistically, we don't have R&D time and, the expense of trying to create something like that. And the short track racing isn't a huge industry. So apps like Race Monitor that work really well and do what they need and get better every time you log on or
Sure.
get in there, there's always little new features and different things.
Yeah.
We're just, we're just using it as a tool. Ultimately, we're looking at like, well, it's all on the phone. We don't have to print 25 pages of every practice and all that stuff and do all of that.
Yeah,
All that stuff. Obviously, there is that. There's that concern that people are staying home to watch it on their race monitor. I think people watch it on their race monitor if they absolutely can't be there. It's their way to stay connected to something they like. Sure. I would never stay home and just watch it on race monitor to save it that pit pass fee. But you just never know. I mean, there's some tracks that don't use it, some that do, and it's all just a preference.
Yeah, you can't on race monitor. You cannot get a van pulling a boat, hit a water barrel, and splash you in the north end of the grandstand. You just can't get that on race monitor. And that sitting next to you last night watching that happen was some of the funnest stuff I've seen in a long time. So that was a lot of fun.
Well, and Fans Choice TV, the NASCAR tracks have that option,
right?
And there's, if you log on there, there's 62 or 68 NASCAR tracks, and there's not 68 or 72. Fans Choice feeds, and it's sure. Because the track has chose to use it or not use it, and we haven't in the past, and we just finally got ours up and running. I just think it's a neat tool. We're using it to stream that feed right off of Fans Choice TV, that live feed into down into one of our saloon areas in the midway, sure. So people can sit in there and watch the race and whatever. Sure. And we got a crazy email last week from a guy in Kansas that says, "Hey, you guys need to turn off that music. I can't hear the race cars." It's just one of those things where I guess I guess there's an argument for not using some of that stuff because it can bite on your ticket sales and stuff, but I don't know. It's 2018, and we just feel like we just feel like we have to try and use it, and after a year or two, if it feels like it's hurting stuff, we may turn it off. But at this point, we want the world to know what we're doing over here in the jungle, and we think we have an A+ crew in every aspect of things, and I think a lot of folks come to watch the races. If the grandstands were empty, I might have a different opinion, but
sure.
I like those tools.
Yeah, well, there was 3,800 very happy people last night
for not using it, but at the same time, teach their own.
I know I've used Fan Choice more at the races than I have anywhere else.
Race monitor, I watch it too.
Hey, you get in line at the beer stand. Sure. You got to watch racing at the same time.
Well, the cool part about Fans Choice, at least in our case, we don't have a very fast upload speed, so we're kind of on about a 10 or 12-second delay.
Right.
So if you're in the beer stand or you are watching it on your phone, you can see it happen live and then be like, "Oh crap, what happened?"
Yeah, what happened?
It's almost an instant replay.
Exactly.
And because throw the yellow flag at the dirt crews on sale. So
that's right.
Get down there, get in the
that's
right line.
You could already be in line. Dirt Crew Brew, baby, right there. The Chavez boys love them. Hey, quick one for you, Adam. One of the things we talked about, I know that you've been busy with your family, and we talked about a little bit earlier today, was some of the things that the show is doing is personified by what we do at the racetrack at Meridian Speedway after the event. The fans' interaction with the drivers and the sponsors coming down. I know that more sponsors have been earned in the pit area after the races at Meridian Speedway that ever came knocking on a door at a business. And that's a special thing that we have at Meridian. And looking at those nights after the racetrack at Meridian Speedway throughout my life have been the best moments of my life. Some of them, other than my kids and my family and stuff. But that's some of my best moments. And we have a show up there, people coming by and say, "Hey, you guys did great tonight." And I'm sitting there thinking, that was terrible. I'm mad at everybody, and all these guys are tore up.
Right.
And this fan will come by and say, "Hey, Todd, great job tonight." I'll go, "Yeah, I made a difference to that person. Maybe they'll come back." So that I hope never changes.
And there's a lot of good networking that happens after the races. Ultimately, last night, that wind and everything came up and it got cold. There was no shortage of people walking around. But of course, if you were us, we wanted to get the heck out of Dodge because we were freezing. But you just never know who's going to walk into your trailer. You ended up spending 20 minutes with Ed Kokenauer of PitstopUSA.com.
Wasn't that cool?
He's a great guy, but he's really acclimated to all the California tracks and all the stuff that's going on over there and a lot of the dirt stuff. And, our little short track, the pavement track,
And he was amazed.
It sounded cool, but that was the first show he'd been to, and he was, and you go to a Smash-A-Rama or something, he he's like, what the heck's happening? And
we got a Smash-A-Rama going on.
But at the same time, because of that, you don't know who's coming just willy-nilly or off the side right now. So our Crash and Smash 'em show was great. However, we had 2 or 3 really good main events that the purists could say, okay, there was some really cool racing. These are good cars. Look at the guys doing it. They dress sharp. They look nice. And, they're still smashing stuff on the front chute. But had we only been a demo derby show, that guy might have showed up at the racetrack and said, well, this is just a junk place.
Right.
Not knowing that, all 30 races, throughout the year vary. And so it was just really cool to have him, be able to sit there, Todd, and catch up with you. And, I know you were thinking of taking care of the local racer, and that's what they do at pitstopusa.com.
Yeah, the guy that Adam's talking about is the founder and owner of pitstopusa.com, Ed Kokenauer, right? And nice man.
It's hard to say. It's taken me about 2 months to figure it out.
He knows so many people in common with folks that I know that it was really eerie. And what a great dude. And having him at the track last night was great. And they're doing a great thing with the racetrack this year with the NASCAR modified series, as well as the Big Five stuff that they're doing as well. So great deal. Hey, Adam, we definitely appreciate you. I know that you got your family there. Appreciate you calling me back when I missed you earlier. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I was 3 fingers deep in a plate of crab legs, so I apologize. I missed the phone.
Enjoy. All right, Med. Appreciate you very much. We're going to finish up our stuff and wrap up our show tonight. Look forward to talking to you again down the road. Next week, for your information, Adam, I'm going to have Kurt Kern on, and we'll be talking about the Super Modified reunion coming up. And hopefully we'll do some Memorial Day stuff as well, so we can talk about some folks.
Okay.
All right, my friend.
Good, Todd.
Have a great night.
Looking forward to going home and listening to the rest of the show. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir. You bet.
Have a great man.
Well, that didn't suck.
Well, no, it wasn't completely horrible. And apparently the audio worked.
Yeah, we were really worried about that. Those of you folks listening in front of your computers, wherever you may be, that was good job, Donovan.
Woohoo, tech guy. Tech guy. I learned how to use a soundboard 10 minutes before we went live.
Yeah, so down the road, now that we know that we have the soundboard, we can do that through our phones. We'll have more of the winners. We're going to talk about Magic Valley here coming up, and we'll have some more winners from other racetracks and some things, maybe some different series and so forth. Let's talk about Magic Valley Speedway. Eddie and the folks down there, Eddie and Lynette, Chris McKean. Great group down there. We had our first race down there and loved it. Had a great time. We had a bunch of modifieds. We had a bunch of wrecks. We had some stuff, but the guys came out of there with some smiles on their faces and fixed their stuff, got them up to Meridian. Monster trucks this weekend. We talked to Adam about...
I watched those live races.
Did you? Tell me what you saw.
Friday night, I was sitting here with my boy, and I was...
No, you're in your mom's house in the bunker. Are you still living at your mom's?
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
But, I have some refugees that live with us.
Nice.
It helps.
From California. Texas refugee over there. He's got his In-N-Out Burger shirt on. Where's your Whataburger shirt? Come on now. Texas.
No, so my
he's from Cuna. Come on.
I was talking to Daryl, and shout out to Drew Crenshaw and the death of Rusty. We will miss Rusty dearly. The little rusted out CRX apparently ate some concrete really hard.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I haven't heard back from
Drew.
From what I hear, Drew is A-OK. Rusty sounds like it might be gone the way of the rust bucket. But Mini Stocks put on a good show. Street Stocks put on a good show. The trucks, what live feed I saw off of Fans Choice, because hey, Fans Choice,
your monster
I'm
trucks
not here. Yeah, the monster trucks. Yeah, man, they put on, and my favorite was the all track like World War II buggy looking thing. Holy shit, that thing was fucking cool.
Wow, that's two for Daryl. Two cusses.
No, I love when people build off the wall odd stupid stuff, and that thing was just cool.
Like lime green and blue minivans and orange minivans. What?
Or I don't know, a neon blue and plaid car.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what that looks like. Tucker 2.0.
So Magic Valley Speedway, Eddie and Lynette and Chris and the group.
Great show.
Yeah, Chad Everett down there works his butt off for the group.
Sucks that they had a rain out last night, but
Well,
apparently they're running tonight.
They made the right call. They ran this afternoon or something. Yeah, they made the right call. You know, and it's a tough deal, like Adam was saying, with weather. You play hopscotch all spring. And then in the summer, you need a rain out because you're burned out.
Holy
or you need at least some shade.
When they fenced off the canal, man, that was a sad day.
I remember swimming in that canal many times, absolutely.
110 degrees, 140 on the asphalt, and you're just begging to crawl into there and soak.
When Dad was the pit steward, I used to have to go to the racetrack with him, like at noon, you know.
Right.
And those hot days, I was just walking around as a kid. I didn't give one shit too about race cars, and so I just go sit in the canal. And Dad, what are you doing in that damn canal? I'm keep cool, Dad.
Well, the canal water is like freaking 40 degrees.
I know. I'm getting Giardia. I'm getting all of it, in that canal water. But anyway. Hopefully Brett isn't listening because he is Meridian water, and I was sitting in this canal right there where they pump it all up for the water tower. It was 1970s or a long time ago.
Yeah.
So great job, Magic Valley Speedway.
Yeah, upcoming stuff. Getting the show in.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got 3 more solid weekends at Magic Valley. Look forward to it. It's very fun to run at Magic Valley for our guys.
With the resurfacing there?
Yeah.
Oh, that track. Oh,
yeah, it's fun to run. You ran there. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I took Tucker out there. We were turning. I remember the last Sport Compact race I ran out there. The top 4 qualifiers for the Sport Compact were the 4 fastest cars on the track.
Wow.
After the repave. 4 cylinders outrunning all the slate models.
Yeah. So right on. I'm an old 4-cylinder guy, so
right. I'm
an
old 4-cylinder guy too. So
yeah, I'm not as old as me.
Yeah.
But Pocatello, let's talk about that. They open up next weekend.
Yeah, it's coming out. Their season starts up on the 19th. Is their what do they call it? Their ribbon cutting or whatever they're doing out there.
Yep, they're doing some ribbon cutting stuff.
So they have the karts running on their little dirt track that they have. The Hornets mini stocks, Junkyard Dogs, which are an awesome show to watch.
Yes,
and the rainbow car that they have running out there, I don't remember her name,
it's
but
special.
Special car. I love it. There's Street Stocks, Limiteds, B mods. They'll all be running. Again, as Adam was saying, the Project Pro 4 Twin 25s at Meridian on the 19th.
Yeah, always fun to watch.
And one of my, I love my mini stocks. And
the Meridian Speedway mini stocks is an interesting class. What an interesting, diverse group. Rear-wheel drive Mustangs, front-wheel drive Hondas and Toyotas and Neons. We got Mike and his Vega.
I'm hearing that should be coming back out this week as well.
And he won at Twin Falls here a couple years ago.
That car was wicked fast until that motor let go.
Yeah, boom.
So a couple of but one of my favorite things outside of what I run in the mini stocks is the ISRL guys. I had the privilege of running Bachman's 11 car last year. Holy.
Yeah, Bob and the group. Bob,
that car was on fire.
Jason, that group is a good group, and they're nice people. And,
oh my God!
Yeah, and watching those guys, they battle hard. They run those cars hard.
They do, and they're not that expensive. So as we're talking about recruiting, getting into racing for not much money, comparatively speaking, an ISRL car is value based, and the guys who are there, phenomenal to run with.
Yes, and they all help each other.
Right.
Dick had Dick Sola, the patriarch of the Super 6 ISRL group. He used to haul like 7 cars and stuff with him. As you go down the road, there's like 4 cars in a trailer.
Right. And the guy who had the long little load trailer who had 3 of them on there.
Yeah.
Cracks me up seeing that little trailer running.
That's kind of what we need. Yeah. We need that camaraderie that the ISRL has. So Bob's done a great job with that group.
It's phenomenal. I love watching those guys run.
Yeah. Going back to Pocatello real quick. One other thing about Pocatello, I know that my friend Brad Hunsicker and Brendan Watt and his son-in-law, I can't remember his kid's name right now, they got some new modifieds there.
Yeah.
And their modified class there, it's a beautiful car. It's the old 27 car, which was Russ Ward's car, the One-Tech car.
Yep.
Fantastic, beautiful car. Brad's always had beautiful race cars.
Brad doesn't know how to make an ugly car.
No. He's an ugly man. That's why he makes good race cars.
Got to
Brad's
compensate
my friend,
somewhere.
So he's my friend. I can say that.
And they run the V8s, big motors.
Yep. They run our 970s and stuff. Unfortunately, we're running with the Royal Purple Modified Series, which we'll get to in the next segment next week at Salt Lake, so that they can't come and join. But that group is fantastic to watch as well. So modified racing is kind of on the hot streak right now around the western United States. We're hopefully making that a little bit better here in the Intermountain West. Pocatello's got a healthy class. Meridian's got a healthy class. We're healthy.
Yep.
So, and there's even a class down in Magic Valley.
For those guys out on the wrong side of the right side of the east side of the state, Pocatello, that is hands down my favorite track I've ever set wheels on.
Oh, you're crazy.
Oh my God, I love that track.
You're nuttier than a freaking fruitcake.
I run a Honda, dude.
I like the track. I like the track fine because the people over there are great, but that thing has like off camber.
Exactly, it's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Dude, you run down the backstretch, back or leaning over the wrong side of the car.
We need our stage help to make certain he doesn't have any more beer because he's nuts.
I tell everybody, if you get an opportunity to haul out there.
I'm in charge of beverages next week because you are not allowed to drink anymore.
I love that track. I love what they're doing.
I'm just kidding.
I loved what they did out there years ago. I haven't met the new owners, but I haven't met them either. I want to go out to Atomic and see what they're doing out there. I love seeing their posts.
Sure.
So hopefully at some point I'll look at.
There's a lot of posts out in the desert.
I'm going to repost that.
I'm going to repost that post. Fantastic. All right, segment 3. Are you ready for segment 3? Are you guys at home ready for segment 3? We've already been on here for an hour. It seems like it's been 4 hours.
Been 1 hour and 6 minutes
and it only
on the
seems,
button.
And it only seems like 4 hours.
I got to pee.
All right. Go. May 19th. Let's talk about next week. The Royal Purple Modified Series, of course, I get a blabber about those guys.
Right.
Great group of dudes. We're headed down to our only visit this year at Rocky Mountain Raceways. And this is the final year for the racetrack. I know that there are earth-moving equipment sitting there ready to go, unfortunately.
Latham, his favorite track as well.
Neil's favorite track as well?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's because we won there.
Pokey,
when he drove for me. Absolutely. And his Uncle David. When we talk about Rocky Mountain Raceways, it's going to be kind of sad to actually going down there. Randy Kerr's going to help out the racetrack that night. Unfortunately, their track director, Mike Eames, is going to be in Topeka, Kansas, running with the NHRA. He's doing a great job with them. So Randy's going to be helping out with myself and our group, Cameron, Craig, my wife, Camille, TJ, and Spank can't come this week, so Riley will be there with us as well. Riley Robert. Great kid. He's done a great job. He's one of our unsung heroes. 18
years old, and he's flagging for 2 Pro Tour series. And being an official, the kid's got his head on his shoulders. Yeah. He's got a career out here.
Yeah, if I keep him off my go-kart, off my golf cart, we'll be okay. But, I mean, I'm old and fat. I got a golf cart to drive it. Every time I turn around, Riley's gone on it somewhere.
Right.
But we'll get Riley square. But Riley's a great kid. He's one of the unsung heroes of all this deal. He's one of the reasons that this is fun for me. But going back to the 19th, that's also something that's kind of near and dear to our heart. We lost a friend, Mr. John Lutmer, died of that evil cancer stuff that, is really touching to everybody. Everybody's been touched by cancer. And we lost John. And he's a racer, tried and true. The man wheeled his car hard. And he was a very fun, very fair racer, but he wheeled his car hard. Won a bunch of races in his career. After he got out of the car the last time, he didn't last much longer, and his family's fantastic folks. We're doing the Johnny Lutmer Memorial Race for the Royal Purple Modified Series next weekend. We were able to get the funds together to get a traveling trophy that'll be every year for him.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's something I'm really proud of. We've got a bit of a neat trophy for that. And irregardless if it's modified or whatever it be down the road, that trophy's going to live on with John's name on it. The Johnny Lutmer Memorial will be contested every year somewhere, even if it's not at Rocky Mountain Raceways in Utah. So I'm really looking excited about that. What's Meridian got next week?
Meridian, if I remember right, is we've talked about the Pro Force.
Yeah.
Doing the double mains. We have mini stocks. IRSRL is going to be there.
The return of Tucker? That means
I will tell you. I am a junkyard motor guy, and after I've blown up yet another junkyard motor in Tucker, I have decided to build, and by God's fortunate hand.
So you're going to spend more money to blow one up?
I'm going to blow up an expensive motor, but the Shannons down at Ray's Auto Care are throwing me a bone here, and Import Motors is throwing me a bone, and we are building a motor so that when we go to Twin, we can compete with the Salt Lake guys and Courtney Green and all of those fellas with their big nasty motors built out. We will be competitive.
We were down there with them. They were fast.
Those kids can build cars like nobody's business. So my little Super Hornet that I'm running is going to have to pedal real hard. So hopefully we'll have a motor. Talk to the Shannons on Monday, see and import motors, see if we got that motor running. The Claimer stocks are going to be back. Of course, the Hornets. And one time I am begging to hear, I know years ago a Jetta did it. I'm hoping the spectator drags happens well. And hopefully
we need to return a Camaro corner.
Right?
Does anybody remember Camaro corner? You guys, California, Texas, and you guys don't remember. Whatever. We used to stack a Camaro up every year. Yeah, military next week. That's going to be great.
Right.
But we also have the Hornets. The Super Stocks are going to be there too.
Right.
And the Super Stocks class is growing a bit. We need the Hornets to grow. There's also spectator drags. Bring your own car out and come run it.
Right.
You know, my daughter won't let me, but I do have a 1973 Datsun 240Z sitting in the garage.
That might put Kane Thomason's for
That car, yes. I built that car. Yeah. It's got an independent rear end.
Right.
Well, there's cars faster than Kane.
I don't know.
Kane, are you listening?
Kane, you've been listening. Gauntlet is thrown.
I'm not taking my daughter's 240Z with 450 horsepower out, but that car, no, it's hers.
Have her drive.
It's got a pink motor. But that car rolling around a corner, oh yeah, 240Z just get right around there.
All right.
Yep.
I'm smelling a lot of this.
Well, you're smelling it more. I'm not taking it out there because I worked on it too hard to crash it, and I probably would crash it, knowing me. So that's next week at Meridian Speedway. What do we got at Twin?
Twin is having Super Stocks or doing their double mates.
Hey, what about my man Willie Dalton?
Willie
Dalton. Willie, I hope you're listening tonight. The Outlaw, the original Outlaw, one of our original Intermountain Outlaw Modified Series guys. Willie Dalton, near and dear to my heart. He won when I was down there. Willie's leading points, kicking some butt.
Is he?
Yeah, and that's their top division this year.
Nice.
So
that's
Willie's kicking butt. Yeah, hats off to Willie. He's crushing it.
Good job, Willie.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think they have the Vans. I'm not sure what the Vans are, but I wore my shirt when I saw.
You have one out. You have one outside the bunker. You have a van that's sitting there. You could drive.
I have. Little boy Blue is sitting out there.
He needed the money.
Don't judge.
Little boy Blue.
Let's see. The Street Stocks are out there. They're Hornets and Stingers. I want to have a Hornet just so I can go run the road course at Twin because I think that is the coolest.
They have midgets there. That must be midgets, but you can't type.
I can't type when I'm drunk, so.
Well, yeah.
Midget.
And Modifieds, of course, the ever popular Modifieds running against the Modifieds in Salt Lake. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have a Modified Group A versus Modified Group B.
We got them in Pocatello, Twin Falls, and Salt Lake all the same night.
Right. Yeah,
that doesn't piss me off at all.
The Modified popularity is. Moving on.
Next.
So we have some giveaways that we haven't done yet that we were supposed to do a while back.
Giveaways. All right, who's ready? All right, trivia time. You guys out there in radio land, or what are we on? Podcast land.
Podcast internet. The interwebs.
Interwebs.
We are webbing.
All right.
I am Spider-Man.
Who wants some of this stuff? This is what I've been drinking all night. It is, stay tuned, multi-system additive from FVP, our friends at FVP. It's the Confidence Solution. The Confidence Solution. Keeps your engine clean, maintains some fuel economy, stabilizes your fuel, all that good stuff. It's not a Royal Purple product, but it's still good. They sponsor the show here. Trivia time. You got to type in your answer. If you don't know your answer, you can text. You can text it to Big D, but nobody knows his phone number. You can text it to me.
I don't know. Latham's been blowing me up.
Hi, Latham. No, he's just blowing you. Let's see. Trivia. Royal Purple Modified Trivia.
Royal Purple.
Because that's all I know. Royal Purple Modified Trivia. Who was the Season 3 champion of the Royal Purple Modified Series?
Season 3.
Go. First one on my phone gets one of these. Maybe the second person gets one of these.
Well, and we'll do it as a kit, actually. We'll do the Stay Tuned and the Super Clean. You dilute that down. It is a tremendous,
Once
up there
again,
with
the Season 3.
Season 3.
Who won the championship for the Royal Purple Modified Series? Vanna. Nope, Jeremy is wrong. It was not Shelby Strobel. That's your first hint.
Strobel. Season 3. What year was Season 3? 17?
3 years ago.
Was it? God, have we been doing this long? Why do I even still like you?
I have no idea why you like me.
I don't know. You take all my money.
Have that removed.
Right? That is just to let you know, he is
not
rubbing up against a
Winter dinner, chicken dinner, the head chef of the Royal Purple Modified Series, Mr. Kyle Latham with Rapid Rick Fobel.
Oh, God.
Rapid Rick Fobel. What is the significance of Ricky Fobel tonight when we're talking about Jonathan Gomez?
Jay Cook missed it by like seconds, dude.
Jay Cook gets this.
We'll give him a runner-up. You get one or the other.
You get the rest of my beer, Jay. You get the rest of my beer. And, thank you. Thank you, little helper guy. We have a helper.
Again, that's Kyle Clayton, number 7 mini stock.
So, Kyle, you got some of this stuff coming. And Jay Bird, you can take your pick of this or this. We're picking this for you.
Yeah.
And
although I like the Super Clean. I've been using that in the garage to clean my crap out.
Well, it's even good on ice cream.
I would imagine. I know it's purple, so it tastes like,
Purple.
Right.
Hey. All right. Oh, shit, we're drunk. All right.
I don't know about drunk.
No. All right.
We're racers.
All right. So, first week of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. This will be funner. We're going to have some more stuff. Actually, the bunker here, we're going to dress it up a little bit.
We got some advertisers that we've picked up.
Yeah.
I've got more technical stuff we got to put in as far as our transitions. Because watch, I love doing this. Hold on.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Wrong button. See,
he's
I
got
can't
more
do
buttons.
multiple things at once. There it is.
Yeah.
So watch. I love doing this part. Boom.
So we're going to have some more stuff.
Boom.
Donovan originally bought the wrong stuff, and we told him that he was a cheap bastard, and we bought the real stuff.
I am a mini stalker, dude. I don't have V8 money.
So, yes, Ricky Fobel won the championship 2 years ago.
Right.
And he also won the year before that, which is the year we're talking about.
Right.
Our first 2 years were Shelby Strobel.
Yep.
Yeah, and 1 year it came down. I think it was our second year. Gentry could have passed him on the last corner of the last lap. Remember that?
Yeah, that was at Twin.
And Gentry ran him down and was coming at him. Another lap, Gentry would have won the championship. It was at Twin Falls. Last year, Trevor just kicked some butt. And it was fun to watch. Trevor's a great guy. And Trevor Christiani won our championship last year. Of course, he's playing with the supermodel, or super Will.
Aubrey's cute.
Kirk, turn your speaker down. He's playing with the super late models now, having some fun. And he's going to be actually making his debut next week at Rocky Mountain Raceways with the Royal Purple Modified Series, and is brand new from the ground up modified. So that's breaking news.
That's gonna. I haven't seen the
pictures
of it yet.
And I hope I didn't step on my pecker, but
it's impossible.
Nobody's seen pictures of this because it's complete. I'm gonna gut you like a trot. It's it's short, but it's small. It's not real short, but it's thin.
I may not hit the end of a tuna
no,
can,
we're not going there. There's ladies listening. It's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day.
Hey, Jay Cook. Jay Cook.
Single,
shout out to Jay Cook. What?
Facebook me.
Hang on. I'm talking. Can we turn off his mic? Jay Cook, where are you living at now? You got to tell your dad to get that car out of the garage and to the racetrack because we have drivers. I won't. No. But we have other drivers other than Donovan. But we got to get that car either sold or racing, one of the two. But we got to get cars to the racetrack.
Powers in my car go to the right wheels, not the rear wheels. So.
Right. Yeah, you get you that. Yeah. So down the road, we're going to have more. I want everybody to leave here tonight when they think about racing. I want them to think about recruiting somebody to come to the racetrack with them.
It's going to be bring a friend.
Bring a friend. And that guy that's struggling, that guy that just doesn't seem to get it, and he's kind of the outcast, or maybe he's the black sheep of the group.
Right.
That's your new friend.
Go love your rookie.
Go hug on that guy. We need that guy. I feel like there's been some series lately, and you guys know what I'm talking about, that are trying to maybe push some people away. Be a mentor.
Yeah.
Be a leader. Be somebody that these guys can emulate. I had them when I started racing. Yeah, my dad was in racing and so forth, but I had other people that I kind of emulated and wanted to be like.
My whole rookie year was Bollinger.
Ray, yeah.
Without him squeaking in my ear.
For my kid, it was quite a bit. Right. Because Ray, of course, let us have a car to run when in the mini stocks as well after we'd done the sprint cars. Jay Cook is in Midland, Texas.
Whoa, you are not here, buddy.
Well, this sucks to be you.
Yeah. It's going to be hot.
But, you did go to school for 4 years and marry that beautiful lady so that you could go take on your life. So good for you, Jay. Yeah. We're proud of Jay Cook, longtime Royal Purple Modified guy. We miss him. And you ought to come back and fly home for Diamond Cup and run it. Oop, I'm hurting things.
Are you stepping on my stuff?
You shut your hole, you. So he's muting me. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So grab that guy, grab that Hornet driver. When you see a person like JMO, or you see a person like Troy Evans, or you see a Riley Robert, thank them for what they're doing. Right. Those are the guys that are making us have fun. Jody. Jody, yeah.
Good God.
Wow. The lady who does our ticketing at the back gate. Jody, she's wonderful. She's kicking butt, and
she got a hard job. Only one window open half the time.
Yeah, and she does a great job at it. And thank Adam once in a while. I know it's easy to poke fun, and Adam, everybody has a problem with everything once upon a time.
Oh God, yeah.
Just get over it.
That's the best better part, racing. Yeah. I love. I can be mad.
Yeah,
and then get a beer.
And one thing I really like tonight is we didn't have any negativity on this stuff,
except for Daryl.
No, that was just telling me I couldn't cuss. But he had good intentions. But I want everybody to think about that. We need to make certain that we're building this sport, not hurting it. So if you feel like you're hurting the sport, you are. Or if you don't think you are, you might. But pay attention to what you say, what you do. Yeah. Because this thing is slowly dying. Meridian's the only healthy one I know of. And that's because Adam's worked his butt off, and he's a third-generation promoter.
Yeah. And if you're not behind a wheel or behind a wrench, and you want to be, hit all of us up, man. Everybody in that pit would love to have someone who wants to learn something. Yeah. And anybody who's even willing to put a tire pressure gauge on, that's huge. And the input that we'll give you is going to be hopefully something that'll engage you into the sport more. To the guys in the stands, man, we need to, you know what we need to do? Talk to Adam and have do a giveaway for somebody in the stands to come in and be a pit crew member for a day.
Awesome. You know, out at Chaparral years ago, it was called Super Oval, right?
Yep.
You could rent a ride in the Hornet or the Bomber class for the night.
Yeah, the 2-seaters.
Yeah. No. You got to drive it.
What?
They stuck you right in there.
My real quick story. My first time going to Chaparral, they gave away a Hornet car to a guy in the stands. To anybody in the stands. You won the car that was sitting at the start-finish line. They let you borrow a helmet and a fire suit. They put you in that car and you race the fucking main.
That's what I'm talking about.
I want a car. I'm driving.
Hey, Mom, watch me.
My mind was like,
yeah. Small explosion.
Right. It echoed around a lot. Remember those cap guns?
Right.
That's about all that happened.
Right. When it came out of your, speak. Never mind.
Right.
All right, guys. So next week, neat thing we got coming up here. It's near and dear to my heart. I grew up with the Super Modifieds. Kurt Wortman was on. He grew up with Super Modifieds as well, and a longtime driver. Susie Dillon, her uncle and her dad, both Super Modified drivers. A lot of us are. And we have the Naylor Memorial coming up. We have with the Super Modified reunion. Next week, Kurt Kern will be our guest in the 7:30 segment.
Yep.
Kurt is a longtime promoter. He was the founder of the NSRA and good friend of mine. Yeah, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Mm-hmm. A great mentor of ours here at the show. Randy Kerr, myself, Steve Castile, Dan Breach. We all know him. And we'll have Kurt on. We'll talk about the Super Modified reunion, and we'll reminisce and drive down memory lane a bit. So tell your friends about that we're going to actually have a show about the Super Modified reunion coming up. Tonight, I think our hard point was 24 people.
I think so.
24 people? All right, let's double it next week.
Yay!
Let's double it next week. Tell a friend about the podcast.
That's a good jump.
Yeah,
cool.
I won't be here in 2 weeks, but I'll be on the phone on occasion. But Brent will be back next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great. So we'll have all three of us monkeys up here throwing stuff at you. So it's 8:23. We're going to sign off here in just a couple seconds. What do you got left?
I've got some tickets for the 19th that I am willing to give away. We'll put some posts onto the Facebook page. A little trivia, little action, get some giveaways to get some more fans in the stands. So we got that coming up.
Do you want to give away another piece of trivia?
I don't.
Not
I got to pee.
He's got to pay. I gotta go pee. What's that, Pulp Fiction? Yeah.
No, that's Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's Forrest Gump, too. No, she said I gotta go pee in Pulp Fiction, too.
Did she?
All right, next week, everybody chime in. How many movies are there where they gotta go pee?
Right.
All right.
That'll be the...
Appreciate you. Say hi to your mom. Tell her that you love her, hug her up.
And click like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And like our Facebook page.
Facebook page.
We'll have some trivia, some good news coming on there, and as well as hopefully at some point we may be able to make this whole thing portable and actually broadcast live from Turn 5 at Meridian Speedway.
Turn 5 at Meridian Speedway. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. From Donovan, from Todd, from Kyle over here, our helper,
and our missing Brent,
Artie, and all our sponsors: Mark Newman, Tony Flores,
Lion Tamer Beard Care, Charmaine Shop, Volt Vapes,
Royal Purple Modified Series. What else do we own?
Oh my God! And a special shout out to Jason Wardle. And Lazy Days RV Rentals.
Yeah, Jason Wardle.
Wardle, points leader to mini stocks.
Yes, Jason and Jennifer are fantastic people. Good folks. All right, guys, that's us signing off. Have a great night.
Peace.
Peace.
Now I got to hit the stop button. So give me